The ambitious Punani perspective. Okay, some of my favorite people in the entire world are black women. Get into it. My other favorites are black men, but you know, that's not the point right now. Okay? I just love black people with my whole heart. Hey guys, hello and welcome to Naysay with the Punani perspective. As always, I thank you guys for spending a little bit of your time with me because I know you have better things to do, right? Okay, all right now, so let's get into it, okay? So please be advised, today's topic is about a young black man by the name of Sheldon Thomas. The topic is Sheldon Thomas's wrongful conviction. Sheldon Thomas's wrongful conviction. Okay, so if you don't know, now you know. I'm about to tell you. Sheldon Thomas was arrested at 17 years old. He is now 35. He was arrested, then subsequently convicted of murdering a 14-year-old young black man by the name of Anderson Bursey and shooting another person. This supposedly happened on Christmas Eve in 2004 in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. Mr. Sheldon Thomas spent more than 18 years in New York State prison, but sadly, he was mistaken for a different person with the same name. This wrongful imprisonment for murder was caused because detectives who misled or intimidated, whatever you want to say, they misled or intimidated a witness into identifying the wrong person. Remember, Mr. Sheldon Thomas had the same name as a different person. So here's what the Brooklyn DA said. The Brooklyn DA's name is Mr. Eric Gonzalez. So he said this: an eyewitness identified Sheldon Thomas after being given a photo of the wrong Sheldon Thomas. So when this botched ID came out in court, check this out, ladies and gentlemen, the judge said that there was still probable cause for the arrest and that the photo had enough of a resemblance because of the anonymous tips adding that the photo resembled Thomas, but it was of a different person. So what you trying to say, Mr. Judge Man? All black people look alike? I don't know. I'm just, assuming stuff. Okay, so during the pre-trial hearing, which happened in 2006, the detective on the case admitted, ladies and gentlemen, please be advised of the operative word. He admitted during cross-examination that he used a photo of the wrong Sheldon Thomas. He admitted he falsely testified. So first of all, the judge is going to be like, yo, all black people look alike. It's enough evidence. So what? I don't care. There's enough of a resemblance that there was still probable cause for the arrest. I'm the judge. That's what I said. Deal with it, poor black man in America. Check the science. This is Naysay, where pop culture meets history. Okay, so you got the judge in the black robe telling the poor black man, it is what I say it is, right? Then you got the DA saying, okay, yeah, we made some mistakes, and here's how. The detective in charge of the case admits that he falsely testified, and he admitted this during cross-examination. He said he used a photo of the wrong Sheldon Thomas. Another detective then said that Thomas told him he was not the man in the photo. So one detective is admitting in court that he's using the wrong photo, and the accused, Mr. Sheldon Thomas, is telling a different detective, yo, dude, that ain't me, Pops. I don't know, y'all got the wrong cat. I'm not the shooter. So check this out. Fast forward, before the trial even started, charges were dismissed against the other two who was arrested for the murder, because let's just go like this. Thomas wasn't arrested by himself. They had other people who got involved, but he was the one who was what? Found guilty of one count of second-degree murder, 5 counts of attempted murder and weapons charges, and he was sentenced to 25 years to life. But before he was sentenced, he said yet again that he was innocent. All right, so years later, guys, the Brooklyn DA's CRU, which is the Conviction Reversal Unit, they did an investigation, and as a result, they overturned his conviction and vacated his indictment. Please be advised, I wonder why, right? All of those mishaps, right? It was determined that Mr. Thomas was denied due process and that his conviction was unfair. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. First of all, the cop done admitted he lied. The other cop then said, the dude told me he wasn't the shooter, but we didn't give a good god, you know what, because he's poor black in America, and you know what? I don't care about his life. So the CRU, which once again, ladies and gentlemen, stands for the Conviction Reversal Unit, found that the detectives on the case harassed Mr. Thomas after his gun arrest, because sadly, Mr. Thomas was involved in some little bit of gang activity. But however, their harassment of him contradicted their testimony that they never had seen Mr. Thomas. So it was also determined that there were some prosecutorial missteps and some failures of the young man's counsel. So here's what Mr. Thomas said. Mr. Sheldon Thomas said he doesn't even hold a grudge against the judge who sentenced him to 25 years to life in prison. He said, I forgive him, I forgive him. I forgive him, he said. Just like I've made mistakes in my life and people have forgiven me and people have shown mercy on me, I will do the same for him. All right, so here's my questions, ladies and gentlemen. How much is your life worth? Right? If you had to spend almost 18 years of your life in a state prison for something you did not do, how much is that worth to you? How much do you think Mr. Sheldon Thomas should get? Because surely he should be just as litigious as any other American would be, particularly those who, you know, are sitting in seats of power. They would sue. So he should sue based on wrongful imprisonment and all those other charges he could think of, because he stated repeatedly, not just in the beginning, but throughout his incarceration, that he was innocent. Not guilty, innocent. There is a difference. I did not do this. You have the wrong man. And then to know that the detectives on the case admitted to falsely identifying Mr. Thomas. They said they admitted it. They misled and intimidated a witness into identifying the wrong person, i.e. Mr. Thomas. The judge even said, oh, well, whatever. It's enough of a resemblance. You know, all black people look alike. That's my ad lib, but you get my gist, right? The judge said, oh, well, whatever. Keep the arrest going because there is enough of a resemblance because of anonymous tips adding that the photo resembled Mr. Thomas. Despite, though, hello, it was a different person, right? So you got all of that going on, and then you got Mr. Thomas repeatedly saying, I'm not your man, Pops. You got the wrong cat. I didn't do it. So what is your life worth, ladies and gentlemen? I agree, all black people deserve some form of reparation, but I don't want us to get it by having to spend half of our lives in the state penitentiary for something he didn't do. Do you understand that young man went to state prison in New York State at 17 and he came out at 35? That's half his life. God knows what he's seen in those 17 years, right? I'm not saying it's better, but I think if you actually did that thing, you might be able somewhat to adjust to your punishment in a different manner. But if you know that you did not do that thing and they have incarcerated you for something you know for a fact that you did not do, not only is that going to weigh in your heart so heavy, but you're thinking about, yo, who did it so that you can get out. I feel for all the brothers wrongfully imprisoned. Now, let's be advised. Mr. Thomas is now 35. He's young enough to go on. But the question remains, how much is your life worth? If you had to spend 18 years of your life in state prison for something you did not do, how much is your life worth? Is that your reparation, black man, black woman? To be away from your family, your loved ones, your youthfulness, your high school prom, your college graduation, your marriage, your baby carriage. How much is your life worth? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Naysay with the Punani perspective. It is my promise to all of you that I will do my best to enlighten and inform and to make you proud. It is my perspective. Peace and blessings. I love you. See you next week. Mwah!
Okay, I just love black people with my whole heart.